Hey everyone, this is Steven, also known as Zapman in Smite, which is what most of you know me as, or know me by. This is my first ever vlog, so go easy on me. So for my first vlog, I figured I'd talk about my journey through Smite and everything that's happened. So I'll start off. I started playing the game in August of last year. I was playing Smite and I was also playing Star Wars The Old Republic. And SWTOR was my main game. Smite was kind of like my break game from SWTOR. It was a lot of fun. It was still in very early closed beta. There wasn't really much to do, so I was playing the game. It was definitely, appealing to me. But I was so into Star Wars: The Old Republic at the time. But then Star Wars: The Old Republic had a couple bad patches, and then I was like, "F this game! I'm not gonna play it anymore." I was done with MMOs. So I decided, what other game do I have on my computer to play? I saw Smite. It was still free to play, so obviously it was in closed beta. So I started picking up that game. I played a lot of Bastet. That was the first god I ever unlocked with Favor. She was awesome. I loved playing her. She was a lot of fun. You could do a lot of jukes with her, and it was just overall it was a lot of fun. After that, I bought the god pack, and every other god I tried was amazing. It was so much fun. And then I was still casual, obviously. There were some teams floating around, but there was nothing serious. It was still very early closed beta. But then, a couple of tournaments started sprouting out here and there, and I wanted to get in on the action. I thought I was pretty good, but I had no team. I had no connections. I had no way of knowing anyone that was already on a team, and it's kind of hard to approach a team that's already established. Be like, hey guys, can I get a tryout? Like, who's this random guy that wants to try out? So what really propelled me, or was my catalyst to get into the competitive scene, was ranked. When ranked came out, I queued that thing nonstop, 24/7. I got to a pretty decent elo. I saw a lot of names of players that were on teams already. So what I did after every ranked game that I did pretty well in, I would spam chat and I would go, looking for a competitive team. I'm fully committed. I have all the time in the world to just play rank. Play Smite, and be on a competitive team. Please pick me up, please, please, please. And I did that for about a week, and eventually a team called BLG at the time, Borderland Gaming, they lost one of their members, and they had a tournament that weekend. So they needed a quick sub, and because of all my spamming, KO, the team captain at the time, he remembered my name, hit me up, and was like, hey, you want to just sub in quickly for this tournament? I was like, yeah, definitely, dude. And that was my first opportunity, I guess, to play competitive Smite, and I took full advantage of it. We played really well. We got into the finals, where we lost to Team Magni mid. I was pretty disappointed that we lost, but it was a good experience. We had a lot of fun, and they said, hey, if our guy comes back, you'll probably have to be a sub, but you're welcome on the team. I was like, hell yeah, man, let's do it. I didn't care if I was a sub. I had my in, and from there I knew I could do other things and just increase my game. So anyway, after that, the guy never showed up, or he never came back. He vanished like a ghost. So I had the starting spot, and I played so much. I played pretty much 24/7. I didn't stop, and eventually, we got to the point where we weren't really winning a lot of tournament games, or we weren't progressing. I didn't think we were reaching our full potential. And KO was the team captain. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I felt like, I wanted to lead my own team. I wanted to be the shot caller and do all that stuff. I felt like I put in a lot of time to do those kind of things. So obviously in BLG I couldn't have done that, so I took my leave. I said my goodbyes to the team, and I decided to form my own team. I knew some players from ranked that I saw that were pretty good, so I used them to form my own team called Team Sponsor Us. It was just a joke back then. And the initial roster was me, Sparks, who else was there? Jacob LOL, Ezekiel, and Arena Tank. Ezekiel didn't last long. We switched him out for Barbaric, and with that team, we won a couple tournaments. Then Jacob LOL couldn't play anymore. We brought in Sturmies. We kept winning. We kept doing well, either second or first place. And then Barbaric wasn't working out with us, and we brought in KO. So some of the old BLG guys came on, and we were still winning tournaments. And then we came through a rough patch where we weren't winning as much. We weren't really gelling as a cohesive unit, and it just wasn't working out. There was a lot of internal fighting with me and Arena Tank. So at one point, I was fed up. I kicked out Arena Tank. I brought in the best. But the day after I kicked out Arena Tank, KO and Sturmies decided to leave too. So I was like, darn, like, there goes half my team. Now what am I going to do? So at the time, our biggest rival was Juice Gaming, and they just recruited Lassus and Matty Pocket to their team. So they had pretty much the best team. They were winning everything, and they had a lot of star power. So I had 2 vacant spots. I didn't know what to do. I knew of this guy from rank named ShadowQ. He was a good player. He only played supports. He was really green in terms of competitive play, but obviously he was a smart and good player, so we brought him in. And now I needed the melee AD role, the carry role. And I didn't just want anybody. I wanted someone that would allow us to compete with Juice Gaming, not just in Smite, but out of Smite as well in terms of streaming and, star power. So I streamed on Smite Game, and there's a guy called Pompon. He streamed on Smite Game. He recently just left Outlaw Gaming, I think it was at the time. And I hit him up and I was like, hey, look, I have this team. We're pretty good. He knew we played against them too before, so he knew our team was pretty good. And I told him we were just going through a lot of roster changes, and I really want to compete with Juice Gaming. And they have Last, Maddie, and Shing, and Allied, and Jerb, and they had a lot of star power. And I said, hey, if me and you can combine, we both stream on Smite Game, that's a little star power right there, and you're a good player, we could definitely maybe do something and actually compete with those guys, because they were like the juggernauts of the Smite competitive scene and just the Smite community in general. So we scrimmed together with Pon, and everything was working out. So he decided to join fully, and as soon as he joined fully, everyone was just so eager to win, and everyone was just listening. We were all on the same page. We were just, even if we did something bad, we did something bad together. There was some yelling here and there, but nothing too serious. And we just did not drop a game. We just kept winning, and it was such a great feeling. Everyone was happy. We carried that momentum into PAX East, the first unofficial LAN. It wasn't really a LAN, but people that could have went there did go, and they played on the machines there. And we didn't drop a single game, and it was honestly an incredible feeling. We had such a great ride. I forgot to say that we were picked up by Curse before PAX East. Yeah, it was before PAX East. So, yeah, we were cursed, and we didn't drop a game at PAX East, and it was just a great experience. Definitely probably one of my favorite and most memorable experiences was with Curse Gaming. Just building up that team from scratch, going through all the trials and tribulations, or whatever you want to call it, and becoming, the best team at the time. After PAX East, some internal stuff happened. I don't want to go into details, but I just didn't feel like the team was mine anymore. And, I took a lot of pride in that team, and it just wasn't the same. And I kind of made an impulse decision to leave, which could have been, it probably was the wrong decision at the time, but I made it anyway. Just as a future note, impulse decisions suck, so stay away from them. So after that, I decided, I'm not going to make another team again. It's so much work, and I was kind of burnt out at the time anyway. So I was either going to join Shing's team or Root Gaming, which was Lass's team. And I decided to join Root Gaming. They were already well established. They were sponsored. They already had a lot of star power in Lass and Maddie. And, I felt like I would fit in, and we could just win games, and it would be smooth sailing. But as soon as I joined, excuse me, it wasn't really smooth sailing. We lost a lot of our games. There wasn't really any cohesion. There wasn't any discipline, a lot of chasing kills and all that stuff. And when I had my own team, it was easier for me to get everyone in line, because I was not only the shot caller, I was also the team captain. And, I made the rules. I could be strict or not. But at the time, Lass was the team captain, and still is. And I was only the shot caller, so he was still new to his role. There were still a lot of people showing up late to practices and stuff, and just taking it, trolling, doing fun stuff, and not really taking the game too seriously. So we struggled a lot in the beginning. We went through a lot of roster changes. I'm not going to go into details about that stuff. But at the time, our team consisted of me, Anatoly, Maddie, Annenster, Lass, and Sparks as a sub. Oh, whoa, my screen went blank. So at the end of the day, after all our roster changes and we got rid of, a few players, our roster became me, Lass, the best, Shadow Q, and Tolly. And then we joined up with Dignitas. We lost our first tournament game as Dignitas, but after that, everyone was just on the same page. We were all 100% committed. We really worked hard to get better, and after that first loss, we did not drop a game, or we may have dropped a game, but we didn't lose a series, I would say, unless we lost in the Dignitas Cup because internet issues. I'm not going to go into detail with that, but other than that, we've been playing really well. Everyone's taking it seriously. Everyone's enjoying each other's company. We're all having a great time. Just focused on Smite, and now there's a big event at PAX Prime, $20,000 prize pool. 4 teams were invited. We're lucky to be one of the teams invited, along with Cognitive Gaming, Denial NA, and Reason Gaming. They're really good teams. It's gonna be a lot of competition. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to it, and just keep riding the wave of Smite. So that's about it for this vlog. Thank you guys for watching. It's my first vlog. Sorry if I stuttered or said a few times. I'm sure as time goes on and I do more vlogs, it'll get better. I hope you enjoyed my description of my journey through Smite this past year. It was pretty brief, but I skimmed through a lot of stuff. But anyway, all in all, I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. I will continue to make more vlogs and I think I'm going to start doing guides and stuff, put them on YouTube. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of you who support my team and I. Thank you to Team Dignitas for picking us up and showing their faith in Smite, the game, and to all the sponsors, thank you. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.